Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. We're having another heat wave, and I know that doesn't mean a lot to the American audience. But remember, here in the UK, heat is very different. Our buildings aren't built for heat. But wherever you are in the world, I want to share some summer skincare hacks that are actually useful, in my opinion. Hacks and tips, things that are instantly going to help cool you down, cool your skin down. I don't know about you, but in the summer, my skin tends to get a lot more dehydrated, so helping keep your skin hydrated and texture-free. And today's video is sponsored by Style Korean. If you don't know Style Korean by now, where have you been? Style Korean sells so much K-beauty, everything from your iconic K-beauty favorites to trending viral products to brands you've probably never heard of before. As well as snacks, I love getting those little like collagen jelly things. I love them so much. And K-pop as well. And I always mention this, but if you are after a bargain, there is a time deal section where you can get an actual bargain. Very, very affordable stuff. So definitely check that out. And today I'm going to be highlighting the brand Abib. Abib stands for the first month. And I don't know about you, but for me, I know them for their calming and soothing products. And I guess their main aim is kind of help your skin with its natural healing process as it goes through today's modern world. And there's a real minimalist approach to the whole brand, from their packaging to their commercials to their ingredient lists as well. It's a brand that it's definitely a brand to check out if your skin is feeling somewhat irritated, needs some healing. And these products today, some are very new to me, some are firm favorites, so I'd love to know your opinions about these products in the comments box down below. But let's talk about my first tip. Now, sunscreen. Everyone like, oh, did you put on your sunscreen today? Everyone, loves sunscreen. What am I talking about? We all know the importance of wearing sunscreen. For some people, it's their whole personality. For others, it's just a nice thing to do to protect your skin and help protect against premature aging, your dark spots getting darker, skin getting dehydrated, and if you have rosacea like me, to help prevent your skin getting redder and more flushed. This might be really obvious, but going from a lot of feedback and comments I get, I'm not sure it is. One thing I like to do is kind of spot check my sunscreen. No, how do I explain this? Right, let's put it this way. I have a very oily T-zone, but I have very dry cheeks. I also have cheeks that are prone to rosacea and flushing, especially if I'm spending time in the sun. So if you find that some sunscreens are too oily for some on your face, they're too drying for others, certain sunscreens make your eyes sting, there are certain things you can do to avoid that. So I like to do this. So I like to take either a mineral sunscreen or a tinted sunscreen or a water-resistant sunscreen and use them in those areas where, one, I know I get oily, or two, sunscreens make my eyes sting. The Abib Airy Sunstick Smoothing Bar is a broad spectrum SPF 50+, water-resistant up to 80 minutes, which will be launching on the 23rd of June, along with a 15% discount code for you here. As you can see, it's well used. It doesn't look that nice. I put a real dent in it, but this is my now go-to for my forehead and my oily nose. A sunscreen that's so water resistant somehow just keeps my oils at bay the whole day. It stops any sweat from kind of going into my eyes and taking the sunscreen with it, whilst also being so lightweight on those oily areas, which is what I want. This one in particular as well has an oil control powder in it to help with that oily T-zone, giving you this almost matte finish without drying down your skin and making it feel dehydrated and crusty. It gives a still very natural shine. And coming in the stick form, it's super easy to reapply throughout the day. Just make sure you're doing enough passes over the face. We have allantoin in here as well to help really soothe the skin. So yes, water-resistant sunscreen for those oily areas. So then on those areas where I'm drier, I will just use a pretty standard sunscreen. This is the Quick Sunstick Protection Bar, SPF 50+ PA4+. I mentioned this in a favorite sunscreen video. This has peptides and ceramides in to help with your skin barrier, so really good for those drier areas and prone to dehydration areas of skin. Aloe leaf, cucumber, and green tea. Soothing, healing, hydrating. It's perfect for those drier areas of skin. The good thing about sticks as well, another little tip, is I know, with sunscreen, I doubt the majority of us, if we're being honest, do this area behind our ears, on top of our ears, in the ears, around the back. I can guarantee the vast majority of us forget. And if we do, I hate like having to ask someone if the sunscreen's rubbed in or get in the mirror and being like, do I have white in my ear? Sunscreen sticks make it so easy just to go in and out and around of all the crevices. Again, being able to reapply throughout the day super easily. Then for those areas where I need like a little bit more moisture, I will use a hydrating moisturizing sunscreen. This is the Sedum Hyaluron Sunscreen SPF Protection Tube, SPF 50 plus, PA4 pluses. Of course, I look for sunscreens with hyaluronic acid because I know it's going to be hydrating for my skin. So according to Abib, this contains an ingredient called Sedum sarmentosum, which is grown on the Jeju Island. It's a hydrating and moisturizing plant, which can grow in super dry environments, even through stones, according to their website. So I want that on my face to keep me hydrated even through the driest, hottest days. This has your usual different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. And again, allantoin in the sunscreen I absolutely love to help calm and soothe the skin. So take note of the different skin types and areas on your face and pick a sunscreen for each one. I find that it completely changes the way my skin feels throughout the day. I'm not crying throughout the day. Oh my God, hang on. This is so good that I actually exercised for the first time in maybe like 6 months. I went on the Peloton and I did sweat, but it didn't sting my eyes at all, at all. There was no burning, there was no itching after. This is like one of my favorite go-to sunscreens now. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. This might look a bit stupid, but I accidentally discovered this. In summer, my skin gets super dehydrated and leads to kind of more texture in my skin. So I up my hydration game. But I also hate doing my skincare in the summer because it is hot. So doing my skincare routine, I was like, oh my God, it's too hot to do this. But I've discovered something that, one, helps rehydrate my skin and it's almost like a mask. 2, helps soothe redness. I will do this after a dog walk, rosacea flare up after a bit of exercise. I will do this to help cool down my skin and take out that redness. And there's not a third thing. I don't know why I said it like there was a third thing. Now, this is my usual trick of soaking cotton pads in a toner. This is a new toner to me. This is the Abib Heart Leaf Calming Toner with glycerin, sodium hyaluronate, Centella asiatica extract, hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, panthenol again. So this is a very nice, super hydrating, calming, recovering toner. And this is the kind of toner I want to use for this tip hack. So you want to sit yourself in front of a fan after cleansing your skin and absolutely drench some cotton pads in a toner. Stick them on areas of your skin where you're finding yourself super dehydrated, maybe have a little bit more texture than usual, or where you're very, very red. And then just sit in front of a fan and you'll instantly feel the toner getting cold and your whole face is just gonna cool down almost instantly. Now, before I did this, I kind of did this by accident because I just put my cotton pads on to kind of like rehydrate. Then I sat in front of a fan and realized what was going on. I thought, oh, this is so nice, but this is going to dehydrate my skin. I was like, it's going to dry me out. About 10 minutes later, I took off the cotton pads, got up away from the fan, and the toner was still there. Like my skin felt really dewy and hydrated. So I just pat in that excess toner and my skin felt back to being like plump and dewy and, you know, like it had a life in it again. So I've been doing this every single day now, especially in our heat wave and after exercise. And it really does help bring down that redness so I don't spend like hours and hours looking red. Is that stupid? I enjoy doing this. Let me know if it's stupid. I really like it. So one thing I love to do in the winter that my skin really benefits from, that we all love to do as well, is use a thicker cream. Maybe you want to slug in the evening, whack on all that product, you know, in the winter to really make sure that all our hydration is locked in. And I often find I have better skin in the winter because of that. When it comes to summer, the last thing most of us really want to be doing is going to bed with thick layers of product on. We get sweatier, we produce more oils. So my tip and trick is to focus on hydration rather than moisturizing. Of course, finish on a moisturizer, but you can go for a really lightweight moisturizer, but focus on the hydration. So you can go back to that very, very viral 7 skin method with the toner, which is literally just using 7 pats of toner, or you can just use a toner, essence, or a serum in between each step of your routine. If you only have a couple, maybe do about 5 pats of a toner or essence or serum, but just go for a product that you know has hydrating and moisturizing benefits. So the Abib Heartleaf Essence Calming Pump, for example, has your heart leaf in it, which I think is Hoitiana cordata extract is the actual name for it, which is an antioxidant. But then we also have glycerin and sodium hyaluronate, which are super, super hydrating. Panthenol, which is nicely moisturizing. And on each step, just give your skin time to fully absorb, pat it in very gently, move on to your next step. Serum, toner, essence, time to absorb, next step. And you'll find that you have this really dewy, hydrated, moisturized look and feel, most importantly to your skin, that is lightweight and not heavy. Of course, there is a difference between hydration and moisture, but what I'm getting at here is that in summer, we don't have that ability to lock everything in. You can still get nice, lightweight occlusives, but by using really hydrating products, I find that I wake up with that same kind of dewy, plump feel that I get from heavy occlusives in the winter. Or you could just find a nice lightweight moisturizer that does it all kind of thing. The Habib Heartleaf Creme Calming Tube is a really good example. That has all your nice hydrating ingredients, along with ceramides to help with your skin barrier. You have Heartleaf, of course, in here again, which is not only a great antioxidant, but helps calm and soothe the skin. Arginine, so you have all those really good, deep hydrating ingredients along with ceramides. I've only just started using this. It's been a couple of weeks, but as far as a nice moisturizer that moisturizes and hydrates me in the evening, this is a really, really nice one. A really, really basic one that I think everybody knows is put your sheet mask in the fridge just for like a little, you know, a one-off like little spoil yourself moment. I'm not a huge user of sheet masks anymore, but one type of sheet mask I think does best for this is those gel type masks, not the kind of like material ones that are soaked in serum. The collagen gel mask, the sedum jelly ones from Habib are so, so nice. I find that the kind of like jelly texture of it holds on to the cold temperature so much longer than cotton, for example. I feel like with cotton, you put it on your skin, it kind of matches the temperature of your skin. And whilst this does come soaked in like a collagen serum, so great for moisturizing, helping support the skin barrier and keep us hydrated, it's not like dripping everywhere and it kind of sticks onto the jelly more so you do feel like you're really benefiting from that serum. So these masks naturally have a cooling sensation to them anyway, but as I mentioned, I just find that the jelly texture of these really holds on to that cold temperature and you can wear it for much longer. This has that sedum hyaluron plant in that has those real hydrating and moisturizing benefits, along with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and vitamin C as well. So it's overall a really nice serum. My final thing, listen, my final tip is I know a lot of us don't like to cleanse in the morning, but during the warmer months, I kind of think it's important to. I noticed that during winter, I could get away without cleansing in the morning or doing a proper water cleanse because, you know, my skin would lack a little bit more hydration. During the summer, when I'm waking up with like oily, not massively sweaty skin, but, you know, in the warmer weather, that's what our bodies do. I do feel like it's important to give a good cleanse to your skin so you can take all that off. I also don't like reapplying sunscreen over partially dirty skin. If you're prone to breakouts, I personally would give yourself a proper cleanse. So just find yourself a nice gentle cleanser, like the Acne Foam Cleanser from Habib, again, Heartleaf Foam. This is targeted at those with acne actually, so it's really, really gentle on the skin. We've got Heartleaf, which is soothing, which you'll see throughout Habib's kind of range. We have a little bit of salicylic acid in here as well. So gentle enough to use every day, however, so if you do find yourself breaking out, especially in summer, which I know I do, this is a nice one to use, as well as Centella Asiatica, soothing, healing. This does foam up, but it's very soft, cloudy foam that just rinses away so easily and doesn't leave you dried out. So find yourself a cleanser to use on those warmer summer nights, summer mornings even, that you can use and take off all those sweat and oils and leftover product, and then have a fresh canvas for your sunscreen. So let me know if you do any of these hacks, if they were actually useful to you. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much to Style Korean again and Habib for sponsoring today's video. You can find all the product links in the description box down below. You can watch some more product reviews here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.